What's up, gamers? Hi, Descendants, and hello, Internet. The developers over at Nexon for the First Descendant have just released update 1.0.5, and boy, it's a long one. Let's take a look. The First Descendant update 1.0.5, we have corrected some mistranslated expressions in the drop rate improvement plans occurred during the translation process. We sincerely apologize for any confusion caused. Greeting, Descendants. Here are the details for the First Descendant update 1.0.5 on a Wednesday, July 31st in the Lord year of 2024. There she is, new Descendant Ultimate Valby. So Ultimate Valby has been added. Ultimate Valby modification modules, spiral tidal wave. The bouncy bubble bullet has been replaced by a projectile that flies in a straight line. Spiral tidal wave is stackable and can be fired 3 times in a row and attracts impurities during the Gluttony intercept battle. Hydro pressure bomb. Instead of plop plop, she leaps forward and deals damage to enemies around the landing area. The more enemies in the laundry state, the more powerful the damage. Added Ultimate Valby amorphous materials. Amorphous material patterns 11, 44, 115, 30, 55, 113, 23, 52, 73, 87, 110, 125. Hi. Can no longer be acquired. You can continue to use the amorphous materials you already have as before. Added the AA variants of amorphous materials 11, 44, 115, 30, 55, 113, 23, 52, 73, 87, 110, and 125. You can acquire the enhanced cell blueprint, stabilizer blueprint, spiral catalyst blueprint, and code of Ultimate Valby from them. Ultimate Valby's blueprint and code materials will replace one of the items available from the original amorphous. The amorphous material of the AA variant can be acquired and used in the same place as the original. And with Ultimate Valby, we have new Descendant Luna. Added new Descendant Luna, looking good. Luna's skills, her passive skill, improvisation, using any skill increases inspiration gauge, which allows Luna to use enhanced skills. Active skill 1, stage presence. Using the skill changes Luna's weapon to her unique weapon, performing the notes in time to the music by using skills or hitting monsters, stacks and increases her skill power modifier. Active skill 2, passionate stage. Using the skill makes Luna play upbeat music, increasing the skill power modifier of Luna and her allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases the skill power modifier even more and also increases the skill critical hit rate and damage of allies. Active skill 3, relaxing act. Using the skill makes Luna play relaxing music. Hitting the enemy with a note grants an effect that instantly recovers the MP of Luna and her allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases MP recovery and reduces skill cost. Active skill 4, delightful stage. Using the skill makes Luna play delightful music. Hitting the enemy with a note increases inspiration gauge and decreases the skill cooldown of allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases the inspiration gauge even more and immediately resets the cooldown of allies. Luna modification modules, nimble footsteps. This modification module enhances Luna's movement speed and amplifies the effect range of her performance, making it easier to support her allies. Noise surge transforms all of Luna's skills to combat skills. Performing the notes in rhythm unleashes a powerful AoE attack. When the inspiration gauge is full, summons a moving stage where she dances to recover MP and shield. Added Luna amorphous materials. Amorphous material patterns 17, 38, 81, 20, 98, 68, 15, 49, 71, 27, 90, 94. Hi! Can no longer be acquired. You can continue to use the amorphous materials you already have as before. Added the AA variants of amorphous materials, everything I just read before. I'm not going to read them again. You can acquire the Enhanced Cell Blueprint, Stabilizer Blueprint, Spiral Catalyst Blueprint, and Code of Luna from them. Luna's blueprint and co-materials will replace one of the items available from the original Amorphous. The amorphous materials of the AA variant can be acquired and used in the same place as the original. Added new hard mode Void Intercept Battle Gluttony. So added new hard difficulty Void Intercept Battle Gluttony. Intercept Gluttony to collect the Hungry Sonic external component set and the blueprint of the ultimate weapon Peacemaker. Gluttony external component set. Hungry Sonic set. It's a 2-piece set. Effect grants toxin resistance. 4-piece set grants an effect that recovers MP on hitting the target with the skill's unique weapon, as well as an effect that increases skill duration and MP heal modifier proportionally to max MP. New ultimate equipment Peacemaker. Added new ultimate weapon Peacemaker using a dimension skill grants the single reload for peace effect. At max stacks, the single reload for peace effect enables you to fire the loaded ammo in a single quick burst when taking an aimed shot. And we got some new modules. RK Concretion decreases movement speed. Firearm attack, an all attribute attack except the non-attribute attack every time a skill is used, but each stack of RK Concretion increases defense and MP. And the devs added some new products. The new Descendant exclusive Luna bundle, which includes Luna and the Pool Party skin, added Luna to the list of standard Descendants in the shop. Added Premium Ultimate Valby bundle, which includes Ultimate Valby and the Vermilion Wave skin, and Ultimate Valby bundle. Added Valby's Summer Theme, VS's Summer Theme, and Male Summer Theme set. Added Luna's Albion Academy Cadet, Luna's Classic Maid uniform, Luna's Panda, and Luna's Dinosaur limited skins. Added Luna's Augmented Reality of Madness premium skin package. Added Luna's exclusive White Mouse premium head skin. Also added Luna's exclusive hair and makeup 1 and 2. We also got the Ultimate High Feeling and Volume Up standard skins. Added Luna's Makeup Sly. Added Adjustment Control Access ×30 and Fine Adjustment Control Access 20 support items. All right, with HOTFIX 1.0.5, we have some content improvements starting with the UI UX to prevent module swapping from becoming a strategy in intercept battles and infiltration operations. Equipping and removing modules, changing presets, and changing loadouts are now prohibited. Added a feature to collect all lost and found items at once in the mailbox. After checking the map with acquired information in the library, closing the map now leaves the library open. Added camera shake on/off feature in game options. PlayStation Xbox added the ability to select preset search keywords to make it easier to search modules and research. Added commas after every 3 digits in the game menu and HUD to make it easier to read numerical units. You can now check the key stat information in the weapon, reactor, and external component inventories. You can now register equipped items as attached items. Saving a preset now automatically registers equipped items as attached items. You can now turn the red dot crosshair display on or off cities in game options. Add an image to some items in graphics option to show what they do. Increase the speed of scrolling when scrolling the map with a gamepad's R stick. Change the color of icons for hard difficulty Void Intercept battles on the world map to make it easier to distinguish them from normal difficulty battles. The map no longer displays the marker when a quest NPC being tracked disappears. The modification modules for the same Descendant are now displayed together in a row in the library. When the first clear reward and repeat clear reward are the same, the acquisition info in the library no longer shows them both. When selecting all duplicate modules in dismantle modules, you can now use a filter to register only the selected modules for dismantling. Simplified the module combining animation. Starting a research in the materials lab of the research menu now returns you to the materials tab. Added the leave party button to the social menu to make the function easier to find. Added a search function to the consumables menu. Even when acquiring skins for Descendants not currently in use, the red dot still appears. Added the red dot when acquiring paint. The red dot now appears in the weapons list side tab too when acquiring a weapon skin. Next, for Descendants in modules, increase the poison contagion range of Freyna's Room 0 trauma from a 4-meter radius to a 7-meter radius. Increase the maximum scaling range of Valby's skills from 200 to 250%. Increase the maximum scaling range of Blair's skills from 200 to 250%. Change the blizzard generated by VS's Glacial Cloud module to be triggered instantly without delay. Changed Valby's Albion Academy Cadet head skin to be dyeable. Changed incoming final damage to incoming damage modifier in the description of the safe recovery module. And by the way, how come we can't dye our default skins? I know that's a big pain point for the fashion community inside the First Descendant. Nexon, look, people are going to be buying your premium skins. People are going to be, collecting paints. Just let us paint the default skins, man. Next. Number 3, equipment. Added a feature in game options that enables some single shot and burst weapons to fire automatically when the fire button is pressed and held down. Increase Enduring Legacy's critical hit damage from 1.7 to 2.3x. Increase Secret Garden's critical hit rate from 35 to 50% and critical hit damage from 1.85 to 2.25x. Increase Nazastra's Devotion's critical hit rate from 36 to 45% and critical hit damage from 2 to 2.25x. Decrease the trigger rate of Bombardment of Greg's Reverse Fate, but now it also triggers when the weapon is fired at unshielded enemies. Equipment can now be dismantled at once with no quantity limit. Number 4, in the fields, increase the amount of void shards that can be acquired from special operations by about 7 times. Director's comment. HOTFIX 1.0.4 added void shards as rewards to special operations, but unfortunately there were just too few. The original intent was to keep void fragments as the primary farming source for void shards and get additional void shards for special operations. But the community has told us that many of you don't like this loop, so we increased the amount of void shards that can be earned in special operations. We're also working on some steps for future improvements. Many players are currently farming materials without spending the fragments at the fusion reactor, so we're considering removing the fragments from the fusion reactor startup altogether. This would make the fragments necessary only when the reconstructing device is used at the fusion reactor. We're taking a close look at how the reward loop we planned works in practice. We'll try to finalize a reward loop that players will be satisfied within the near future. Reduce the distance you're knocked down when hit by a trap. Lower the ratio at which the named monster's immunity spear HP scales with the number of players in infiltration operations, and reduce the duration of immunity. The Agna Desert, Vespers, Echo Swamp, White Knight Gulch, Hagios, and Fortress Fields now have a 100% chance to spawn encrypted vaults at spawn. What up, Bob? Increase the hitbox size in data collection missions to make it easier to collect data. Outside environmental sounds are now less audible in the indoor areas in Kingston. Adjusted the distance that monsters spawn in the laboratory to be closer as 15 meters. Number 5, miscellaneous, balance sound levels for shield destruction notification, material research, result window, etc. There's also some optimization improvements, PC, PS5, XSX, XSS, applied AMD FSR 3.1. For PS4 and Xbox One, they optimized the memory usage. For PS4 and Xbox One, optimized resolution to increase the maximum resolution by at least 5%. And there's a slew of bug fixes here applicable to the UI, UX, for the Descendants, for the equipment. Director's note for the equipment: during internal testing, we discovered a bug with Thunder Cage. Thunder Cage should always deal 1.33x damage according to its description, but it was dealing more than 1.33x damage when there were a lot of monsters. We fixed this bug, but we also boosted the 1.33x damage to 2x so that it doesn't become less efficient when hunting. We're well aware that the value of items you own is important to you. To ensure that fixing the bug doesn't devalue your items, we've given it more power than we originally intended. If something like this happens again in the future, we won't stop at simply fixing the bug, but consider how to preserve the value of your items to provide a reasonable patch. And then the bug fixes continue into the modules, into the field. Again, link will be in the description for you guys to read all of these individually. If you've experienced any of these bugs, then please let us know in the comments below, and also let us know if any of these fixes have indeed corrected the issue. Thanks. Another director's additional comment: greetings, this is the First Descender director, Minseok Ju. Apologies for the gross mispronunciation, my guy. Today, I'm going to outline the devs team plans for issues that are discussed frequently by the community. The team is currently working on Season 1 and Season 2 updates, while also responding to improvement issues discovered during the live service. Today, I'm going to talk more about how we plan to improve the current state of the First Descendant rather than about Season 1 and Season 2 updates. Drop rate improvement plans. While all of our drop rate systems are operating fairly in the First Descendant, we do understand that some players are struggling with the vagaries of drop rates. To address this, we're planning to introduce a new system where you can more easily get the item you want after repeating the activity a certain number of times. The First Descendant has various missions and amorphous materials with chance-dependent rewards. We're considering how we can effectively take care for the drop rate issue in such diverse reward systems, and we're working to create a farming structure that players will be happy with. We hope to make improvements before long to provide a more rational and satisfying farming experience. Disposing of leftover items. Next is an update on items that are piling up in your consumables. There is currently no way to dispose blueprints for Descendants and weapons you have already completed. So there are cases where players are getting multiple copies of blueprints they already own during the farming process. We've been listening to the community, who have told us that there needs to be a way to dispose of these unwanted items. While we would consider simply converting them into some gold or Kuiper, we want to reward you with more value for the time you have put into the game. To resolve this, the dev team is planning a system to dismantle leftover items to get byproducts, and a rotating shop system where you can exchange the byproducts for something of value. This will allow the items you obtain to have greater value in the game. Supporting build diversity. It's a lot of fun for us to see the variety of builds being posted in the community lately. We love seeing you try so many different builds and are amazed by the unexpected ways you've evolved them. We hope for more builds to exist in the First Descendant, and we want an environment where players are free to experiment with different builds. However, we found that it's difficult to take advantage of loadouts after assigning socket types, which goes against our goal of experimenting with different builds freely. As a result, the dev team is planning to provide an environment where completely different builds can be created by assigning each loadout with different socket types. We hope this will help you experiment with different builds without feeling overwhelmed. Balancing. Finally, some news about balancing. We are seeing a dominance of the skill damage focused builds of some Descendants. Descendants and weapons that are well suited for these builds are quite popular now. We want the meta builds to change from season to season. We want the Descendants and weapons that are effective in new content to be different from those in previous seasons. Also, we're looking to increase the proportion of firearm-based combat in the endgame. We can't promise that all Descendants and weapons will be equally balanced at all times, but our goal is to keep changing the effective builds. To that end, we promise to make constant adjustments in other different ways to play with new content. We aim to implement the improvements I talked about today during seasons 1 and 2. Your feedback means a lot to the dev team. We'll do our best to provide a better experience as we build the game together, and we will continue to listen to you as we strive to make the First Descendant even better. Thank you. Well, there you have it, the First Descendant update 1.0.5, and boy, is it massive. Ultimate Valby, new Descendant Luna, a slew of updates, fixes. The director's comments seem to be checking every box. It looks like the devs are really trying to dot the I's and cross the T's and just make a more enjoyable playing experience. What are your guys' thoughts on what we just read? How were you affected by these bugs pre-patch? How do you feel about these fixes moving forward? And what did the devs not even address in this? As always, let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Likes and shares are kindly appreciated, and subscribe for more content. Peace.